Yay, we made it. Superb. Hi, Veerle. Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Great, superb. So we're talking about spiritual awakenings today. And so we're talking with Dr. Veerle about her spiritual awakening. So let's get right into it. So when was your first spiritual experience?
Well, Nikki, I think it forgot to turn off the tap when I was born because as a child, I was always seeing spirits and traveling with my angels to the universe. So I think I was born really open. And I remember as I said when I went to my parents and I said like, there's a man in my room, there's a man in my room. And then I actually was seeing my deceased grandfather. And because my family was Catholic, my father tried to like close my third eye like they do in the church. So for a long time I tried to like, I was told to suppress the things that I saw. Um, but I had like many experiences of lying on the grass as a child and feeling completely connected to everything that is. So like yeah. So I don't think I even remember having a conversation with my guardian angel before I came back into my mother's belly. And I was saying to my guardian angel, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. And they said like, yes you will, because this family needs you now. And so it was a tough childhood, but clearly I was supposed to be there. So yeah.
Great. Okay. Yes. Because the second question was what was your most profound spiritual experience?
I think as an adult I became aware of being part of everything, just standing on a rock in the desert. Like I felt myself like limitless and opening up. It's easiest for me when I'm away from people, when in nature I just spontaneously had like ooh moments where it's like there's no edge to me. I'm just part of the whole experience, and that was in my early 20s. And then of course when I was drowned in the ocean in South Africa, and I already accepted that I was going to die, and I already given up the battle of the rib, I made this last conversation with God, saying, bargaining for my life. And I said, okay, if you save me, I can't promise I'm going to go back to church because that's not really my, but I will be your divine healer in my life. And so well, that's not the words that your channel for healing or something like that. At that stage, he appeared on the dunes and swam out to me with his surfboard, and it took him 30 minutes to get me out of the rip. But and then disappeared, and nobody knew it was. So I think this was like an angel. He only said like he's Michael, and then he was gone. So
Wow. Mhm.
yeah, so I wrote about that in my book, My Surgeon Talks to Angels. It's one of the chapters that most people say it's captivating. So those are probably
Certainly
the
sounds it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, is it has your awakening been difficult or uncomfortable? Obviously, it sounds it has been.
My life has been difficult. I and still now, as soon as I feel comfortable, I think like, oh, I can settle here. Some drama will happen in my life, and it pushes me over again. And it's like I can never stop growing, because now as I'm a bit more mature, I can see that all of the bad things that happen to you, actually it's because they want you to grow. So I give you a push, and then you have to like follow, scramble back up and find yourself and say like, who am I? And this is how you get closer to your true self, and your life gets closer to being aligned with your soul purpose. Yeah, so
Superb. Okay. What are the benefits you've had from spiritual experience?
it's enormous, because I'm never afraid of being alone, and I never feel alone. And I also don't sweat the small stuff, because I know this is just meaningless in the bigger picture. Also, I feel I feel like we're all brothers and sisters. Maybe they're not thinking the same thing as we are, but we're still all in this together. So I have a very strong feeling of unity, very big care for the planet, for everything, for trees, for animals. I just like my heart is connected to everything. And I care. I really care about everybody and everything. So yeah, that's my experience.
Superb. So have you had a spiritual teacher or teachers that you followed specifically, or have you just all...
Yes. I've always been a big fan of the Dalai Lama. I've read all his books, and I've met him in a big auditorium, not personally. And it was amazing. For me, he's just wisdom in persona. I met Mother Meera several times. She's an Indian guru in Germany. Also love her energy. She's just like all over. I've also met the hugging Amma. That's what she says when she hugs you. That's another Indian guru. And I've sat with a few other gurus. And then Brandon Bass, who wrote The Journey, I've trained with her. And she's also a guru in my... So there's several people that I really like connecting with.
That sounds wonderful. Great. So you've had loads of people. Some people haven't had any, so you're quite lucky. That's great. Okay. What spiritual advice would you give to somebody who's starting out on their spiritual journey?
If one door closes, look around you, because there will be a better door open for you. Don't keep on staring and banging at the closed door.
Okay, great. Okay. What advice would you give to somebody who's further along in their path of spiritual awakening?
Keep on shining your light. We need all of you to raise the of the planet and everybody on it.
Good stuff. Okay. What was a key lesson that stood out for you?
Oh. Well, that adversities happen for a reason. And you need to look for the opportunity it creates.
Good one.
And also, it's very, I believe that we all, when we don't feel well, it's because we're out of alignment with our soul purpose. So that is something that I help others with. I love doing sessions to bring people closer to their soul purpose, so that they realize, why is all of this happening to me? It's pushing me in another direction, and the resistance is not needed. I think there should be a lot less resistance to change.
Okay, good. Okay. And the last question is, what's your favorite spiritual practice and how's it contributed to your spiritual awakening?
The easiest way for me to really feel back in connection with source is to contact with nature. So my thing is to be away from electronics and the man-made structures, and just be in a quiet forest, just listening to the sounds of nature, or sit on a beautiful beach listening to the waves. And if I can't do that in practice because it's raining in Wales or something, then I do nature sounds, and that helps me really relax and fall asleep. And my cat is a part of nature in the house.
That's superb. Well, thank you so much for that. And obviously in the coming up weeks, we're going to be learning more about Veerle and what Dr. Veerle's actually going to be. She's doing some various teachings and things. And so it's going to be really interesting to find out more about what she's doing. So thank you so much for talking to us about your spiritual awakening. And hopefully it'll give some people some insights into different people who have different spiritual awakenings. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Bye. Okay, take care, everybody, and have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye.
Bye.